In Yodha, I feel it's content. It's not like ऐसे headless कोई film कुछ commercial बना दी है. You know, there is a head in place there.
Yeah.
So I feel like those lines are also getting blurred, which is great. Like हम सिर्फ मिलते हैं climax में और बीच में जब झगड़ा हो रहा है वो भी that's a part of a song.
But the song, yeah.
Yes. So every time we met was actually for songs.
Okay.
You know, so you have to have a camaraderie to show on screen. After Madras Cafe, I was also sure that if this doesn't work out, ठीक है मैं वापस जाऊंगी मैं कुछ और करूंगी. I don't get disheartened very easily. So and thankfully Madras Cafe worked for me. There has never been a doubt in my head, and it doesn't come from a place of arrogance at all. It comes from a place of self-belief. Because I know I'm doing everything right. I know I'm going to work hard. I know I'm going to do everything I can.
Raashi Khanna, so nice
Hello,
to have you.
Aina.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Saw the film, really liked you in
Thank
it, and I feel like the character suited you really, really well. आपने योद्धा में जो किरदार निभाया है is.
देखिए आपके सवाल में ही आपका जवाब है. Yes, in some way I was able to bring my dream to life through the celluloid and the opportunity that I got. And मुझे बहुत मजा आया. मुझे समझ आया कि it's not the way it was in my head. Like बहुत ज़्यादा responsibility होती है. यहाँ पे there was responsibility to save lives. Anything wrong you say can lead to people losing their lives.
Yeah.
The importance of communication.
Yeah.
It's not just all power play, and it's not कि आपकी एक intention है, you want to help people, but it's also when you're put in those situations, it's very difficult as an individual because आपका एक decision can change lives.
True.
So there was a lot that I understood कि it's not easy to be a government official in those places, and I'm sure being an IS officer is not easy as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. देखिए मुझे अब समझ आ गया है कि लोगों को अच्छी कहानियाँ पसंद है. उन्हें कमर्शियल भी पसंद है, उन्हें कंटेंट भी पसंद है. And after OTT and with so much of content coming our way, specifically world cinema, we got to watch a lot of world cinema. तो लोगों में now they are open to accepting content even from Hindi films. So now that line has blurred. I think of commercial films में भी it's important if you can act or not. अगर आप अच्छा एक्टर नहीं है आप ज़्यादा सर्वाइव कर नहीं पाएंगे. बिकॉज ऑडियंस आपको इतनी जल्दी प्यार देगी नहीं. वो आपको तभी देगी अगर अच्छा आप कमर्शियल फिल्म में भी अच्छी एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं और आप कंटेंट ड्रिवन भी कर रहे हैं. एंड नाउ आई थिंक द लाइंस बिटवीन कंटेंट एंड कमर्शियल आर आल्सो गेटिंग ब्लर्ड बिकॉज पीपल वांट टू सी कंटेंट इन अ कमर्शियल फिल्म. सिर्फ हेडलेस है वो भी इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं चलती है. यू नो इन द लॉन्ग रन आप एक ही तरह की फिल्में भी नहीं बना सकते.
बिल्कुल.
तो आई थिंक अभी बहुत एक्सप्लोरेशन चल रही है इवन फॉर एक्टर्स इवन फॉर राइटर्स कि अभी नेक्स्ट क्या करें हम नेक्स्ट क्या करें. सो आई फील लाइक दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू बी इन द इंडस्ट्री फॉर एनी अपकमिंग एक्टर्स हु बीन एग्जिस्टिंग वेटिंग फॉर द स्पॉटलाइट टू कम देयर वे. And I think it's a very exciting time, and yes, I have always wanted to balance it out, but I feel like जैसे देखिए फर्जी में भी you see content but it's also commercial.
Yeah.
You know, and you see commercial even in Yodha. I feel it's content. It's not like ऐसे headless कोई film कुछ commercial बना दी है. You know, there is a head in place there.
Yeah.
So I feel like those lines are also getting blurred, which is great.
Which is great, and you know, even before the release of Yodha, आपने कहा था कि me and Sid look really good on screen.
देखिए, I think I was a little introvert on set because मैं ज़्यादा बात नहीं करती. I just do my job, and I think Sid was like that. But when you're working together, you have to talk, right? Like you have to talk about the scenes you're doing together. But what people will notice is that मेरा और उसके ज़्यादा scene है नहीं. Like हम सिर्फ मिलते हैं climax में और बीच में जब झगड़ा हो रहा है वो भी that's a part of a song.
But the song, yeah.
Yes. So every time we met was actually for songs.
Okay.
You know, so you have to have a camaraderie to show on screen. Otherwise, it looks forced. You know, so that is, I think वो इतने साल काम करके actors आपको समझ आ भी जाती है. I don't think you necessarily have to be very good friends to have
that
great chemistry on screen. And I feel like I didn't expect कि लोगों को इतनी पसंद आई. मतलब मुझे अच्छी लगी देख के जब मैं कैमरा में देखती थी हाँ अच्छी लग रही है. You know, but we didn't have to force it too much.
Yeah.
I think it just looks nice.
Yeah.
Which is great because people like it. So I don't really have anything to say about it. I'm just happy that people like it. I think I am an example of that person where you say that it's not necessarily important that you have to be right out there. You can still get work when you're not right out there. You don't have to be. If you're a secure individual, which I am, I'm very secure as an actor. I know I will still. I've always known I'll make it in life, whatever I do, because I put my heart and soul into everything I do, and that's all that's important. All of this ये ऊपरी काम जो होता है ये शायद जरूरी है, but मेरे लिए जरूरी नहीं है. As an individual, I feel I don't need to do it. I want my work to talk. I want to get that respect from my audience when they see my work and not necessarily when I'm being seen too much. I don't want that to happen. क्योंकि जितना लोग मुझे नहीं जानेंगे उतना वो मेरे किरदारों से कन्विंस होंगे. अगर वो मुझे ऑलरेडी जानते हैं कि अच्छा ये ऐसी है, then for them to be able to see me in a completely drastic role will not be easy. I feel as an actor. तो जितना वो मुझे कम जाने, जितना वो मुझे कम देखें, उतना शायद वो मुझे बड़ी स्क्रीन पे देखना चाहेंगे. If I'm being seen everywhere every day, they'll be bored of my face only. Like हर जगह दिख जाते हैं. You know, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
It's a tricky space to crack.
Yes.
What will work for you and what will not.
Yes, I think after Madras Cafe, I was also sure that if this doesn't work out, ठीक है मैं वापस जाऊंगी, मैं कुछ और करूंगी. I don't get disheartened very easily. So and thankfully Madras Cafe worked for me because मेरा शायद आधे घंटे का ही रोल होगा शायद उसमें, लेकिन that did leave an impact on people. And उसके बाद South doors opened for me. So once that happened, I was like, okay, maybe God is taking me there. I really believe in God. So I feel like, okay, if He's taking me there, let me just surrender to it and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did that because I don't think today I would have wanted to be anything else but an actor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you
when I
think
look
of
back,
yourself?
I'm like, thank you for taking this decision for me because I don't think I would have taken it. मैं देखो फिल्मों में मैं play कर रही हूँ.
Yeah.
But see, the idea was not to become an IAS officer for the job that it is. The idea was to become an IAS officer because I wanted to be able to make some changes or I wanted to help people in some way or the other.
Yeah.
Even being an actor, I feel आप में इतनी power होती है कि आप लोगों की मदद कर सकें या कुछ changes ला सकें eventually if you want to enter politics. That is an eventual thing. But you will still help them anyway. Right?
Yeah.
That's an understanding that came to me eventually. No, I don't think about it. I don't know. I don't think I'm somebody who can survive in politics because I feel like I don't think I'm made for it. But I definitely want to help people, and for that I don't need to be in politics. I can just do that anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not at all. As I said, I'm a very secure person and I'm a secure actor.
Yeah.
Even if you put me in 20 minutes in a film, I will try to do my best to that character that I'm doing without really thinking of who has a bigger part, who has a bigger... Because, see, I work for the film. I am not against an artist. I'm not against... Being against an artist is being against your own art. Yeah. I feel. So I think it's a collaboration. It's not supposed to be a competition. So for me, it's like, okay, you've done well, you've done really good in the film, good, very good for you, very good for our film.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh my god, if this person is very good, then oh my god, will I be seen? But then you're insecure. Then you don't know your job really well. Then you're not good at your job. Then you work on yourself. You know. True. That's how I see it. Because these questions exist, it means it exists, right?
Exactly.
So maybe for some people it does, but for me it doesn't.
Yeah.
एक खबरें ना उड़ती रहनी चाहिए, मगर सच्चाई नहीं होती उनमें mostly. Yeah. Easy answer to this. As I said, I believe too much in the divine, and I feel there's a divine force behind me. It comes from the moral mindset of my parents as well. Yeah. Because they believe that wherever she goes, God is going to protect her. And it's like any profession that a girl goes in, it's not like anything is easy. Gender politics, all of that is everywhere. It's not like it's in this industry. You choose to be who you are and navigate your way through in life, whichever industry you're in. ये दिखती ज़्यादा है इसलिए लोगों को लगता है कि ये खराब हो, बट हाँ मिडिल क्लास को लगता है, ये परसेप्शन है कि नहीं ये मॉडल नहीं बनना, नहीं एक्टिंग करनी. इनफैक्ट मेरा फर्स्ट रिएक्शन वही था, बट माई ब्रदर वाज लाइक, बट व्हाई डोंट यू सी हाउ इट इज? इट डजंट वर्क फॉर यू, गेट आउट ऑफ इट. Because we were never fame hungry. We were never like अरे हम famous हो जाए. ऐसा तो I was a very shy girl. I didn't want attention. Yeah. I didn't like attention. I was like नहीं मुझे attention मत दो. You were the studious front bencher. Yeah, and I was very scared. I ran from my first audition. These are things that I have faced. And today when I look back, that was a completely different me. You don't recognize that Raashi anymore. I am not shy anymore. Maybe that थोड़ा सा तो रहता है, maybe 10% of what it was. Yeah. But I'm much more confident. Like if you put me on a stage with some 50,000 people or how many ever people, I'll still stand my ground. But 10 साल पहले मैं तो stage पे ही ना जाती. You know, but that comes with age. But I do feel I've come a long way. And a lot of experience also. Yes, I'm sure. Of course. I evolved for me. I didn't evolve because some people told me that I need to evolve. Yeah. It came from a need from within that, okay, people have seen me like this. Let me try and see how it works out if I change myself completely for the good. Right? It's not like I was never working out before, that I suddenly started and it was a process. It still is a process. It will always be a process. I became more conscious of the way I was looking on screen, and I feel if they are coming to see you, and if they don't like what they are watching, then there's no point, right? But the thing is, if you're chubby, some people like you, some people don't like you. If you're fit, some people like you, some people don't like you. That's the understanding that I have come to. But what do you think about yourself is the most important thing. True. And I feel like किसी रोल के लिए कम करना होगा, ज़्यादा करना होगा, that I'll do if required. But there's a certain minimum fitness that I want to maintain in life,
Yeah.
without really thinking of what other people will say. I don't care about that anymore. कि अगर आपको मैं screen पे अच्छी लग रही हूँ, तो that's enough.
Yeah.
But you'll never be liked by everyone anyway. So I love constructive criticism, but you need to know how constructive it is in your life, and that depends on how you see things, or your moral system, or your intelligence. And for me, I think I was always blessed because I knew always when to say no, when to understand, okay, this is what I really need to work on. I never got demotivated because somebody told me, oh, it's the end for you, or maybe this is not. And I was like, no, you don't know me like I know myself. I am going to make it. There has never been a doubt in my head. And it doesn't come from a place of arrogance at all. It comes from a place of self-belief. Because I know I'm doing everything right. I know I'm going to work hard. I know I'm going to do everything I can for people to like me in films. I'm going to give it my all in the characters that I play. And there's no reason why I wouldn't rise. I've just always had that belief.
Where does it stem from?
I really don't know. I still don't know if you ask me. But I've always known certain things. And I've always been... And they've always manifested. I don't know if you can call it manifestation.
It is in a way.
But I've always known that there... And nobody can put doubts in my head. Like, if you tell me today, okay, but I think you're like this, I think, okay, good for you, you think that. I know myself. But I'm open to constructive criticism, and I'll know when it's constructive.
And know when someone is not having the best intention for you.
Raj sir, you really need to do an interview now because I am tired of answering this question. But
people are missing Megha.
I am waiting for Fuzzy 2 as well. I really am. I really enjoyed shooting for Fuzzy, and I constantly keep calling Raj sir and asking him, when are we doing Fuzzy 2? And he keeps telling me, okay, this month I'm doing this. And they're also very busy after Fuzzy. They have a very big slate of things coming.
Yes.
And they told me that next year, beginning is when they told me they want to start shooting.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe next year end, or maybe the year.
Is there things happening on that front?
I think that's a question that probably Karan sir will answer, because I don't have an answer to that yet. But apart from the Yudha universe, there's Sabarmati coming, which is releasing in May, and that's a film I'm really looking forward to because I play a journalist.
We were looking forward. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We wish you all the best for all the upcoming films and shows coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi guys, it's me Raashi Khanna. Please like, share and subscribe to Instant Bollywood.